Good evening and welcome to the September 9th, 2025 meeting of the Abington Board of School Directors. I note the attendance of all board members. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Abington Board of School Directors has convened this evening's meeting at the Administration Building, and the public is welcome. The meeting is also being broadcast live on the Abington School District YouTube channel. For those members of the public who cannot participate in this evening is being recorded and will be available on the district's website and cable channel no later than Friday, September 12th, 2025. Comments from citizens will be conducted in person and by phone. Instructions for calling into each public comment section of the meeting will be displayed on the screen during each segment. The board thanks the public in advance for its cooperation. This is a place where we hold dignity in high regard, and everyone's voices are respected and welcomed in this space. I note that an executive session was held immediately preceding this evening's board meeting regarding assessment appeal litigation. Dr. Fetcher, do we have any additional announcements or agenda items?
Yes, Dr. Mowry. First, I'm proud to share this evening that two of our former Abington Middle School, now senior high students, have received an honorable mention in the 2025 American Statistical Association's National Data Visualization Poster Competition. So you may remember from our district-wide Academic Achievement Award ceremony that we honored students who received recognition in Pennsylvania for the statistical poster. Those students then had their posters submitted to the National ASA contest, where ninth graders Jane Draper and Eric Wayas received honorable mention in the grades 7 to 9 category for their posters, Social Media versus Us and Breathing Room Free Time among Abington Middle Schoolers. So it's always nice to see our students recognized at the national level, and I applaud both Jane and Eric for being recognized for their research.
Excellent, and congratulations to them both.
Lastly, as this week marks the 24th anniversary of September 11th, I would like to take a moment to not just honor all those who died on that tragic day, but to also recognize the sacrifice of our first responders who showed true heroism that morning and in the days and weeks after. Students will be learning about September 11th in their classrooms, as well as doing activities related to Constitution Day, which is observed next week on September 17th. Both of these days are important social studies lessons, and I appreciate our teachers for educating our students about these moments in history. Thank you.
Thank you. With that, we will move on to opening comments of board members. Mr. Allen.
Good evening, everyone.
Mrs. Brown.
Good evening, everyone.
Ms. Eisenhart.
Good evening, and to the parents, good luck juggling all the back-to-school nights this week coming up, and to all the teachers and staff, thank you for hosting us. We're looking forward to it.
Mr. Mohammed.
Good evening, all.
Ms. Spalding.
Good evening and welcome, everybody.
Ms. Hartman.
Good evening, everyone.
Ms. Fraser.
Hello, welcome. I have a question for Constitution Day. When is that again?
The 17th.
Ms. Fazy.
Good evening, everyone.
Ms. Lee.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone to the meeting and thank Dr. Fetcher for remembering the events of September 11th. I was living in Staten Island that day, and many of the first responders who perished were family members of my students. So it's a particularly meaningful day for me. Okay, with that, Dr. Fetcher, can you please proceed with our student council representatives?
Yes, Dr. Mowry. First, I'd like to ask Alana Brown from Abington Senior High School to come forward.
Good evening, Dr. Mowry, Dr. Fetcher, and members of the Board of School Directors. My name is Lana Brown, and I am the Student Council President of Abington Senior High School. It is my privilege to speak to you today on behalf of the Senior High. Abington Senior High School welcomed the class of 2029 this past Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. The scholars of Link Crew, faculty, staff, sponsors, and administration all helped to make the day go smoothly and help the ninth graders get adjusted to the high school. Also on September 2nd, 6 ABC Action News highlighted Abington Senior High School's annual Senior Sunrise tradition to kick off the 2025-2026 school year for the senior class. Senior Sunrise was a big success with the largest attendance of students than ever before. On September 3rd, Abington Senior High School welcomed back all grades with the reopening of the school for the 2025-2026 school year. Additionally, Kyle Kretschmann, an Abington junior, was nominated by the Bucks County Boys Soccer 2025 as top defensive player. As Dr. Fetcher stated, 2 of Abington's students have received an honorable mention in the 2025 American Statistical Association National Data Visualization Poster Competition. Both of these scholars will receive certificates for their achievements. Abington Senior High School will hold their back-to-school night on Thursday, September 25th at 6 p.m. To close us out, the students and sponsors of ASHS are gearing up for the club and activity fair that will be held in October coming up. There are about 100 active clubs in the school that are all looking forward to new members to join. I hope you all had a restful summer, and I'm so excited to report back to you all throughout the school year. Thank you and have a nice evening. Respectfully submitted, Lana Brown.
Thank you, Lana. Appreciate it, and welcome to our meetings, and keep us updated throughout the year. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you and welcome.
All right, next, I'm going to ask Hannah Koo from Abington Middle School to please come forward.
Good evening, Dr. Mowry, Dr. Fetcher, and the members of the Board of School Directors. I am Hannah Koo, and I am on the Executive Board of the Student Council for Abington Middle School. The Abington Middle School, where everybody belongs, web program was pleased to welcome 615 sixth graders on Tuesday, September 2nd. On this day, the class of 2032 were guided and mentored by over 100 7th and 8th grade web leaders. The web leaders conducted team-building activities, took them on a tour of the school, and helped them open their lockers and located their new classes. Thank you, web leaders. TADA, Teens Against Drugs and Alcohol, is back for a 36th year at the middle school. All 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students can join the club by joining the TADA Google Classroom and completing the TADA sign-up Google form posted there. We are looking forward to all the fun events we have planned for students this year. The Student Council is looking forward to the 2025 to 2026 school year. Student leaders anticipate running school service projects such as the Thanksgiving food drive and other school-wide events such as Culture Day. The Student Council representatives also look forward to joining the school board meeting at the beginning of each month. Our fall sports teams are in the process of holding interest meetings and initial practices. We are looking forward to the achievements of our student athletes at the start of the school year. Web and National Junior Honor Society students are looking forward to assisting our parents and guardians at our back-to-school nights that will take place tomorrow and Thursday. Our students enjoy helping the adults find their way through the building. Our annual activity fair will take place during the week of September 15th. This is a time where students can express interest in our after-school activities and learn more about what is offered at the middle school. We look forward to sharing updates, information, and celebrations from the middle school this year. Thank you.
Thank you very much. One thing that I wanted to I had the opportunity to go to the middle school when the sixth grade came to watch the other students, help them around, and it was pretty amazing. And I want to thank all the students who participated, because I think one of the best ways to learn a new school is by having people who've been there and other students show you around. Our faculty was all over the building trying to help our sixth grade navigate, and it's so important, especially coming from 7 elementary schools to one building. So I wanted to recognize what you said, that had an opportunity to see it. It was amazing. And I wanted to thank all the students who participated, and thank the teachers who were making sure that everyone got to where they needed to go.
Excellent. Thank you, Hama. Come back anytime. Okay. Dr. Fetcher, can you proceed with this evening's board honors?
Yes, Dr. Murray. At this time, I'd like to ask if you would join me at the lectern, as well as Mr. Linetti. Hold on one moment. Get myself together. There we go. Okay. So tonight we are proud to honor Mr. Christopher Linetti, our Chief Financial Officer, as he retires after 32 years of service to the Abington School District, 16 of which have been spent leading the business office and serving as the board secretary. Mr. Linetti began as a supervisor of purchasing in 1993, later becoming the assistant controller. During the past 32 years, I'm going to switch to Chris now, if that's okay with you. Chris oversaw the financing of a multitude of significant initiatives across Abington School District, and he had a hand in guiding projects at every school in our district, including finalizing the construction of Copper Beach Elementary School, the demolition and rebuilding of Highland, Overlook, and Roslyn Elementary Schools, major additions and renovations to McKinley, Rydell, and Willow Hill Elementary Schools, the construction of the high school's first ever on-campus athletic stadium. And that list is all that he accomplished just by the early 2000s alone, as well as, of course, the additions and renovations to Abington Senior High School more recently, and last but not least, getting the wheels in motion for us to build a new Abington Middle School following this May's referendum. We are grateful for his expertise and sound judgment in steering us through several economically challenging times that impacted public schools across the country over the past several decades. When I became assistant superintendent and eventually superintendent, I appreciated knowing that he brought years of experience to his role and that I could rely on him for knowledge, insight, and guidance. I also appreciate his counsel when I had an opportunity to be an adjunct professor teaching school finance to upcoming administrators. Chris was very patient with me as I had to make sure that this former English teacher could figure out school finance. So, thank you. We are fortunate to have him steering our business office as CFO, and we will certainly miss having him as part of our Abington School District leadership team. Chris, I wish you all the best in your next chapter, and I thank you for all that you have done for us. As a small token of appreciation, I'd like to present you with this plaque in recognition for the many years of service, particularly at this meeting and your role as board secretary.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Fetcher. Thank you, Dr. Mowry. I've had a chance over the last few months to think about the last 32 years, and it's one filled with gratitude. I'm grateful for all the central staff that I've had a chance to work with over the years, great bunch of consummate professionals that support education, keeping students in their focus. I especially enjoyed the last several years with Dr. Fetcher as superintendent. He's a man that leads with his heart and his head and keeps his eye on the students at all times with his decision making, which is phenomenal. And thank you to the Board of School Directors. I'm grateful for having worked with you, for you, as you serve the terms, helping our community advance education. It's been a real pleasure, and thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to be recognized tonight. Thank you very much.
So since you made me wait a whole meeting, I'm going to make you wait till the end, and then I'll offer some thoughts on working with you these past years. Okay.
Continue with the other.
Yes, please.
I'd like to ask Ms. Ali Artur, our Communications Coordinator, to share a video highlighting recent media coverage of Abington School District.
Good evening, Dr. Fetcher, Dr. Mowry, and school directors. As was already mentioned, that Tuesday, September 2nd was the first day of school in Abington School District. And as Lana mentioned, our seniors got to celebrate this milestone in a special way with Senior Sunrise and having 6ABC's Taronda Thomas join them for a live broadcast during the tradition. The broadcast was aired on 6ABC throughout the morning, beginning at 5:30 a.m. before the sun came up and continuing through 7:30 a.m., capturing multiple interviews with staff and students as they reflected on their educational journeys together. The class of 2026 was the first 9th grade class to come through the reconfigured Abington Senior High School, and their school spirit and engagement really shone. As Lana mentioned, it was the highest attended Senior Sunrise to date, with hundreds of students coming to school before dawn. Additional interviews and re-airings of the broadcast continued all day on 6ABC and even into the following morning, as well as airing on their sister station, PHL 17. The reporter, Taronda Thomas, even had a chance to stop by Roslyn Elementary School during arrivals on the first day to capture our K-5 students heading back to school as well. So while there are too many segments that air during the day, during the live broadcast to share this evening, it would be a pretty lengthy view. I'm happy to share one clip summarizing the morning's events.
Philadelphia returned to school last week, but today it was thousands of students in Pennsylvania's suburbs getting back into that routine. That includes in the Abington School District. Action News reporter Taronda Thomas joins us live in Roslyn with a look at the first day and some special moments. Good morning.
Really special moments. It's the first day for a select group of students in Abington School District. It's also the day for a very special tradition that had some high school seniors waking up very early.
It's very exciting.
When you see teenagers rising before the sun, did you have any trouble waking up this morning?
Yes.
You know it must be for something special, and this really is special.
It is basically an opportunity for that scholar senior to reflect on their 13 years of school.
I'm very excited to have a good senior year because we've been working really hard for this year.
The Senior Sunrise tradition at Abington Senior High School brings students together to watch the sun come up on their final year.
I've never been to a sunrise, so it's really, really nice to see it.
I remember being a freshman and so excited for my freshman year, and I'm just like it's crazy.
Not too long ago, they were all freshmen, just like these kids coming in for their first day. Today was the first day for 9th graders and students in grades K through 6 in Abington School District. Last year, more than 8,400 kids were enrolled in the district. About 750 of those students are seniors at the high school, many of them showing up for the sunrise tradition.
I don't know how many students showed up, but this has been the largest senior sunrise since I've been here for 5 years.
During the pandemic, they were 6th graders and they missed out on so many activities. This year, they're here. They get to show up to everything, do it all.
As the sun comes up over the horizon, students can't help but think what's on the horizon for them during their senior year and beyond.
I hope I just have fun with everyone. I feel like during senior year, everyone becomes closer.
I'm excited that I have to apply for colleges, which is kind of nerve-wracking as well.
I just hope to be successful and, all the work I did in here pays off.
and we have a feeling it will. Now, the seniors got to go back home after their sunrise tradition. Probably a lot of them went back to sleep. So just the elementary schoolers, 6th graders, and 9th graders had a full day of school today. Tomorrow, though, all the kids in Abington School District will return for the first day of school. We are live in Roslyn. Taronda Thomas, Channel 6 Action News.
Oh, Taronda, I love it, and I love that tradition for them. Thank you.
Yeah, right?
Okay, that brings us to our first section of comments from citizens. Comments from citizens are being conducted both in person and by phone. The phone number to participate in public comments is 267-715-3717 and is being displayed on the screen at this time. You'll be able to join the meeting by calling in on your mobile or landline phone. A citizen will be recognized once during this period of the meeting, and each citizen's comments will be limited to a total of 3 minutes, except at the discretion of the president. Time may not be yielded or otherwise transferred by one speaker to another for purposes of extending a given speaker's time allotment. If there's anyone present who would like to make a comment, please use the microphone either to your left or to your right.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael McHugh. I live at 804 Valley Glen Road in Abington Township. I would like to speak with you and the community about a decision you will make tonight. This evening, you will be approving my retirement from teaching. I've proudly taught art in the Abington School District for the past 31 years. My time here at Abington School District has been something I will cherish forever. I have learned so much about myself during my time here, my strengths, my weaknesses, how to become an effective educator, and life in general. In addition, I've built many incredible relationships with my colleagues, residents of Abington, and former students, some that I know will last my lifetime. As someone who has lived in Abington Township for 30-plus years, nothing brings more joy to my heart than hearing someone call out my name in a public space. Hey, Mr. McHugh, remember me? Hey, Mr. McHugh, you were my favorite teacher. Hey, Mr. McHugh, I'm going to college to study art. I've always told my students that I hope they become productive and active citizens. I've encouraged them to always advocate for themselves regardless of what path in life they take. For that, I am proud. This was and has been a difficult decision for me, but I am ready for the next chapter in my life to begin. As some of you may know, my 2 boys are off to successful chapters in their life with the Abington School District and the Abington community to thank for that. I plan to be in Abington Township for the next few years until my youngest graduates, and then I will head off to my lovely piece of land that I own in Vermont to enjoy Mother Nature and some well-deserved silence. To the school board and my colleagues, please keep challenging the youth of our township to become lifelong learners, not just someone who can pass a test. Mahatma Gandhi once said, live as if you were to die tomorrow, learn as if you were to live forever. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Congratulations on your retirement. Don't leave too quickly. Okay.
Sorry, I feel like I should have saved the best for last. First and foremost, thank you all in this room for your service to our children. It's very much appreciated. I think I can speak for all parents when I say that. My name is Kate Bailey. I'm an Abington Township resident, a lifelong Commonwealth resident, and until this past year, I was an Abington School District parent. Recently, I've been in communications with
I'm
certain-
sorry, can I just do we need an address? Mr. O'Donoghue?
750
okay, all right,
Maple
that's okay.
Avenue.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry
you're
about that.
welcome. So I've been in communications with certain members in this room. I'm not even sure at this point what roles they hold. Dr. Fetcher, I want to thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart for your transparency, your forthcoming nature in your communications. They left me feeling hopeful that we could come to a resolution, or at least I could feel heard. Dr. Mallory, I'm sorry that our communications did not leave me feeling the same way. Frankly, I felt shut down, unheard, manipulated in your communications, and there was a huge lack of transparency, which to me was very unsettling coming from someone in your position. So I ceased communications and decided to come to the board. So I would like to open it up to whomever has the authority to vote in this room. I'm only asking that we put before the board a resolution to vote to ban the display of any non-government sanctioned flags on all Abington School District grounds, with the exception of possibly a school flag. I was shut down during my communications, not by Dr. Fetcher, but by Dr. Mallory, who did not even entertain me. So I therefore open it to all of you, and I'm asking that this is done or entertained or put before the board for discussion prior to November elections. Thank you.
Thank you for your
When
voice.
can I expect knowing if this will be something that you will all consider? Or when can the public know that? When will the public know, since I've asked the public question?
Do you want to? Okay. I'll ask Mr. O'Donohue to weigh in here.
Just to be clear, the public comment is an opportunity for the public to present the board with their commentary. It's not a back and forth. The agendas are published the Monday prior to each meeting, so there'll be that. The next meeting, I believe, is the 30th.
You think so?
Yes. So it would be the evening before that, but that would be where, if a resolution were to appear, that's where it would appear.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else in the room? Okay. Mr. Kargas, do we have anyone on the line?
We do not.
Okay. Dr. Fetcher.
Mike, I will address you in a little bit in the meeting later on. So I appreciate your coming forward with that.
Okay. Okay. I guess I would say this: if board members feel like they want to weigh in on this, they're welcome to reach out to me, and we can try and come to some kind of consensus about if and when we want to move forward. Okay? Okay. All right. That brings us to, we have no additional agenda items, I assume? No? All right, to the approval of minutes. Ms. Eisenhart, can you please read the recommendation to approve the August meeting minutes?
That the Board of School Directors approves the minutes of the board meeting on August 12th, 2025, and the board meeting on August 26th, 2025.
Second.
Dr. Fetcher.
Just a presentation of the minutes.
Okay.
For your vote.
So this is a voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. The motion carries. Ms. Eisenhart, can you please read the recommendation to approve the personnel addenda?
That the Board of School Directors approves the changes in personnel as reflected in personnel addendums numbers 7.1 and 7.1A.
Second.
Dr. Fetcher? We have a second.
Thank you, Dr. Mallory. First, the personnel addendum begins with the appointment of 6 professional employees, so we welcome them. And then I bring your attention to the retirement of Mr. Michael McHugh, Abington Middle School art teacher who has served the district for 31 years. And I just want to take a note to say that it has been a pleasure to work with you and to have an opportunity to get to know you over the years in many capacities, not only as a teacher, but also as a community member and the volunteer service you do in our community. So I want to thank you for that. And you can only retire if the board approves it, so hopefully they will not approve this.
Okay. Questions or comments from the board?
Mr. McHugh, thank you for your service to the district and for coming tonight and making such wonderful remarks. I'm very excited for you and your piece of land in Vermont. Retirement is beautiful, and I'm very happy that you get to enjoy it for many, many years.
Anyone else?
I just want to second that thank you, and thank you for coming here tonight, because we often thank people, but sometimes we don't have a face to go along with it. So thank you for your service. Thank you for your impact. 31 years is a long time to serve students, and that means you may have impacted generations of families. So don't take that for granted. Rest in your quietness in Vermont and enjoy the fruits of your labor.
And I think, Ms. Lee, you wanted to offer a remark?
I'm sure you don't remember me, but I had you for a semester in 8th grade, and I found my passion for digital art in that class. And I just think the way that you respected all of our students and treated us just really stuck with me. And I thank you for that. And I have really good memories of that class. So thank you.
Oh.
I just want to add one more thing. You mentioned how good it feels when someone remembers your name, and the truth is you have all these great, wonderful memories of that, right? And they say your name or this right here, and it's such a beautiful thing. There are countless other people that, of course, the whole span of their life that think of you and hold you in their heart forever. And I thank you for that, for representing that in Abington, and also my children who get to go to this school and get to gain those experiences. So thank you again for your service. I agree about Vermont. That just might have made a life change for me in thinking about things for my own future. But really enjoy, and I was honored to witness this today and vote for you today.
Okay. Mr. Lionetti, if you would, please.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Ms. Fazy?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Ms. Eisenhart, can you please read the recommendation for approval of the financial report?
Yes, that the Board of School Directors approves the financial report for the period ending July 31st, 2025, as reflected in addendum number 8.1.
Second.
Okay, Dr. Fetcher, we have a second.
Okay. I'm going to ask Mr. Lionetti for one of his last summarizations of a financial report for Abington School District for July 2025.
As it's the first month of our budget, this will be brief. The July financial report indicates that the district received $5.1 million of revenue, of which $4.7 million is from real estate taxes. The district spent $4.6 million in the first month of the 25-26 budget year. If there are any questions regarding the financial report, we'll do our best to answer them.
Okay, questions or comments from the board? No? Okay, Mr. Lionetti, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Ms. Fazy?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Ms. Eisenhart, could you please read the recommendation for permits of buildings and grounds?
That the Board of School Directors approves the applications for permits for use of buildings and grounds as reflected in addendum number 9.1.
Second.
We have a second, Dr. Fetcher.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. The permanent addendum reflects typical requests for buildings and grounds, for meetings and other school events and activities for this time of year.
Questions or comments?
Just one comment on this. I'm always amazed when you scroll through the pages of uses of the grounds throughout the district, that the amount of specifically school-related community groups and activities, organizations, and all kinds of sectors and representation across our community and our township and Rockledge have access to the buildings, and it's always impressive to me, and I appreciate it. And just want to make a point of that this evening with so many reflected tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. To that, I'm sorry. No. To that point, our schools are community centers, right? Our schools are places where everyone is welcome to take part in all of the amenities that they have to offer. And I've been spending a lot of time in the schools, picking up, dropping off throughout the last 5-6 weeks. And the schools are always buzzing. There's always people around 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. There's a kid getting picked up right now this time of night. And so, I salute all of the educators and the community members who are doing this great work on behalf of our students and the community at large.
Yeah, and I appreciate you noting the use of the fields. From a facilities perspective, it is always a challenge for us, but we have done some analysis, and comparatively to many school districts, we have a very high percentage of our field use being from outside of Abington School District organizations, and I think that's part of our commitment to our community, to be here for our community, as well as to ensure that we have proper fields for our students here as well. So it is a challenge for us, but it's something that we're committed to.
Anyone else? No? It's one of the things that makes these schools the beating heart of this community, right? And I did note on that list of booked activities and booked facilities that we are now well into next year. So that's a testament to how valuable those facilities are. All right, Mr. Lionetti.
Mr. Allen.
Aye.
Mrs. Brown.
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart.
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed.
Aye.
Ms. Spalding.
Aye.
Ms. Hartman.
Aye.
Ms. Fraser.
Aye.
Ms. Fazy.
Aye.
Dr. Mowry.
Aye, the ayes have it, and the motion passes. Ms. Eisenhart, can you please read the recommendation for awards of contracts?
That the Board of School Directors approves the awards of contracts as reflected in addendum number 10.1.
Second.
We have a second, Dr. Fetcher.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. Tonight, for your consideration, we have one rejection of bid, one award of contract, and one contract change order. Ironically, the first rejection is for a field, and it's for the middle school softball field. And the reason for the rejection is the bids far exceeded our grant that we received of $50,000. So at this time, we have to reject those bids and look at alternative plans to that. Next is for our email security software, and that's paid for by the 2025-2026 general fund budget. And finally, as we welcome the new school year with new playgrounds in all of our elementary schools, which is something that we've been waiting for some time. This is the last change order that occurs with the playground renovations. But we are complete, and the project, I want to say, turned out very nicely. We're excited. The students are definitely excited from what I have personally witnessed on the playground, and I do like the new surface of the playground. It has a spongy feel, and if you walk on it, it's pretty cool. And so we all started the year off with a bounce in our step. So, thank you.
All right, questions or comments from the board?
I will just second the playground thing. I recently picked my kids up from school, and I was very, very happy to see the playgrounds and to see all the kids enjoying it. And I will remark now, in hindsight, last year when I visited them, the playgrounds were in renovation. And so that meant playing outside with balls, of which there were maybe 70, because everybody had one. So it was just so many, and it was really fun to see that, but even better to see the updated playgrounds. So.
I just wanted to comment on the long process and now the students being able to see what it looks like to have an inclusive playground where if you have a wheelchair, you don't just look and watch people play. You can access and make use of the equipment, and that means the world to a lot of families, but it also means the world to young people who get to play with their friends.
Yep.
All of their friends. So I'm very, very excited to see that it has been completed and our young people are enjoying it. All of our young people.
If I could just make a note about the importance of play and the importance of joy when it comes to education, and how honored I feel to be on this board and to have played a small role in bringing additional joy and play to the students of Abington and Rockledge. You know, I have a third grader who is skipping bus pickups to get to the playground a little earlier because they're all competing for different parts of the playground. And so it's awesome to have seen that concluded.
That's great. Ms. Eisenhart, did you want to ask a question before?
I just wanted to make a point of clarification on the middle school softball field, that the grant was specific for the softball field and that funds wouldn't be able to be used elsewhere since the bid was rejected, just because it's awesome anytime the district gets a grant such as that.
Yes, the grant itself is very restrictive to what you apply for, and that money has to be used for that purpose. We can try to petition to change the scope of the project, which we will, see what we can do if the grant would be extended. There are strict guidelines in terms of the time to spend that grant out. So this particular grant must be complete, all phases of it, and at this time must be complete before January 1.
Okay.
So we would have to try to petition to get that extended, which we will do, but there's no promises there, or see if there's additional grant money available, because quite simply, the amount of the return of the bids was far too much compared to the grant.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Am I correct in understanding that it was about double the cost?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And you will update us, obviously, as soon as you know anything about how we might adjust.
Yeah, absolutely. We have started preliminary contacts to see if we can at least expand the timeline.
Okay.
And also have inquired about additional grant money.
Okay. All right. To close that gap. Okay. All right. Great. Thank you. Anyone else?
I do have one question. So, Dr. Fetcher, and if this answer is not available now, maybe in the future, I saw in the permits and grounds, and for the past years, it's cost basis or it's no charge for the facility rental fee. And then in the very next awarded contract, we're talking about the fields and the redoing of them, which made me wonder, is there anything in that cost basis that's maybe a fee or something that's attributed to capital expenditures for the maintenance of the facilities that are rented out? When I see cost basis, I'm assuming that's custodial, maybe security, it's lights, utilities. Is there capital expenditures kind of budgeted into that cost basis?
No. Right now, it is for the additional support that's required. A cost basis permit usually requires, I'm going to let Mr. Curtin explain it in terms of what typically happens during a cost basis and what the costs are.
During a cost basis permit, that is usually to cover the cost if we have to have any facility staff, whether it be grounds, custodial, or any cleanup. If there's no additional, if there's no additional staff required, it is not a cost basis. Generally, what you would see with GYAC or one of the other youth groups, there's no support given, so there's no cost. It's only when there's additional supports needed.
So cost basis doesn't take into account utilities, anything that's used, like if they're renting out the little theater, it's literally just staff.
Correct.
Okay. So that really, to go back to what was being ping-ponged around, it is a huge service to the community that the district provides, because these redos of and updates of the ground, the fields and the facilities, significant, and something that I support. But it makes me wonder, in the cost basis, should we be doing some sort of fee that goes into a capital expenditure account that can help offset some of the improvements that this large usage list, causes maybe some refresh.
So you're, just so I understand, you're thinking in terms of like field maintenance and refreshment, et cetera.
Exactly.
Okay.
If renting out the stage and the theater for the lights, the projector, any of the updates that would come with just usage of facilities from outside groups. Obviously, if it's our own clubs and activities, that's what we do, is provide for the students. But for outside community groups, not saying a huge something, but it might be a good idea to look at that as a revenue source. We know that money's tight and with our budget. And I don't know if it's pennies and if it's even worth the discussion. It's something stuck, popped out in my head.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Allen, we do not currently charge for the field use, and we do not have a rental kind of requirement there. That is something that the district has not done to date, but it is something that is done in many school districts, surrounding us. So, to that point, it has not been done, and the fees are really for personnel.
All right. And recognizing community groups have really tight budgets too. Like, everybody's money's tight, and it's just maybe something we keep in the back of our heads going forward.
Good thinking.
Thanks.
I can give, an example. If you take our Glenside Weldon Field, the Glenside Weldon Field is not used at all by Abington School District. However, it is used by many community groups, and we maintain that field and have a grounds crew that maintains that field as well. So to your point, that's a prime example of where, the school district's not using the property at all.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that, Mr. Allen, and
Yeah.
I do think it may be worth considering.
Yeah, I would just add that, conversation beyond what is happening tonight should be community-wide. And we're talking about a lot of different elements at play historically, and also like township-wide with use of green spaces, access to green spaces, those kinds of items. So I would just like it to be a larger discussion if it moves in that way.
Totally agree. I'm not trying to spark something. It was a thought that I had, and you can't say these things other than publicly. So, that's to share with fellow board members, just a thought in my head.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'll make this comment. I believe in karma. When you give to others, you get back. May not directly in monetary, but you do give back. That's it.
Okay.
And just to jump in, any costs that and just playing devil's advocate here, any costs that we charge an organization to use the fields is then going to be put back on the parents of the kids playing the sport. And they're going to be incurring the expense. So I'm just playing devil's advocate here, just the other side of the argument. I see both sides of it. And I do agree that if we do end up having this conversation, it should include community members, stakeholders that would be affected by it.
Yep. Ms. Lee? No? Nothing? Okay. All right. Mr. Lionetti, we'll move on to the vote then.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Ms. Fazy?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it and the motion passes. Ms. Eisenhart, can you please read the recommendation for the approval of the board policies?
Yes, that the Board of School Directors approves the second reading of the revised board policies as reflected in addendas number 11.1, 11.2, 11.3, 11.4, 11.5, 11.6, and 11.7.
Second.
Dr. Fetcher?
As we began in our last meeting, annually, there's a review of district policies and superintendent's administrative procedures. And this occurs under the direction of the assistant superintendent in conjunction with the solicitor's office. 9 policies are being presented this evening. Two policies are recommended for repeal, and 7 policies are being presented with significant amendments for the second reading this evening, as the last board meeting was the first reading of these policies. Dr. Melcord, did I cover everything? Okay. So we would be more than happy to answer any questions that you have on the policies that you saw at the last meeting that are also included in the board agenda this evening.
Okay. Questions or comments from the board?
I want to commend the administration on doing a deep dive and helping to keep our district current as context change, circumstances change, and the language in some of these policies have to shift with the times. And you've done a good job with that. So, thank you.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? Okay. Mr. Lionetti, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Ms. Fazy?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye, the ayes have it and the motion passes. Ms. Eisenhart, can you please read the recommendation for the repeal of 2 board policies?
That the Board of School Directors approves the second reading of the repealed board policies as reflected in addendas numbers 12.1 and 12.2.
Second.
We have a second, Dr. Fetcher.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. We can answer any questions that you may have on this second reading of repeal.
Okay. Questions or comments from the board? Okay. Mr. Lionetti?
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Ms. Frazier?
Aye.
Ms. Fazy?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye, the ayes have it and the motion passes. Ms. Eisenhart, can you please read the recommendation for election of the board secretary?
That the Board of School Directors elects Miss Patricia DeNicola as Secretary of the Board and the School Directors for a term of 4 years, effective September 22nd, 2025, said election being required in accordance with Section 404 of the Pennsylvania School Code from 1949.
Second.
We have a second, Dr. Fetcher.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. As mentioned, Section 404 of the School Code of 1949 requires the election of a board secretary for a term of 4 years. As previously communicated, Mr. Lionetti has continued in his role to support the transition of the chief financial officer position and the election of a new board secretary. So we are pleased this evening to recommend Ms. Patricia DeNicola as the new board secretary effective September 22nd, 2025.
Questions or comments from the board?
Welcome again, Ms. DeNicola. I wanted to make one more comment, and I know there will be final comments at the end of the evening, but I believe Mr. Lionetti shared that you have served in just about 700 meetings.
That's correct.
That is an outstanding number. And over your 16 years of serving in this capacity, I can imagine that you may have seen a number of changes in the board, which means you have to continue to orient new members to finance and budget and things of that nature. And you do it with grace each time. as if you were doing it for the first time with each new member. So thank you for setting such a high standard and a high bar for the person who's coming in after you. I appreciate all that you're leaving behind. And Ms. DeNicola, I know that you are more than capable to come in and pick up the reins and continue us forward. So welcome.
Anyone else? No? Okay. I would add my welcome. Mr. Lionetti.
Mr. Allen.
Aye.
Mrs. Brown.
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart.
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed.
Aye.
Ms. Spalding.
Aye.
Ms. Hartman.
Aye.
Ms. Frazier.
Aye.
Ms. Fazy.
Aye.
Dr. Mowry.
Aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Ms. Eisenhart, can you please read the recommendation for budget transfers?
That the Board of School Directors approves the transfers within the district's 2024-2025 budget as reflected in addendum number 14.1 and authorize the administration to present transfers in the future when required.
Second.
Dr. Fetcher.
Going to let Mr. Lionetti do this one last time.
Thank you, Dr. Fletcher. The State Auditor General and the school code require budget transfers. We have budget transfers for the 2024-25 school year in the amount of $4,944,495, which is 2.48% of the expense budget. It is anticipated that budget transfers for the 24-25 school year may be presented again if needed in November and December to coincide with the completion of your auditor's auditing of the 24-25 school year. We can answer any questions if you have any.
Okay. Questions from the board? Okay. If you would.
Yes. Mr. Allen.
Aye.
Mrs. Brown.
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart.
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed.
Aye.
Ms. Spalding.
Aye.
Ms. Hartman.
Aye.
Ms. Frazier.
Aye.
Ms. Fazy.
Aye.
Dr. Mowry.
Aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Ms. Eisenhart, can you please read the recommendation for the Ardsley School lease extension?
That the Board of School Directors authorize the administration to work with the solicitor to develop and finalize and execute a 60-day amendment extension to the lease agreement with Abington Township for the Ardsley School property.
Second.
We have a second, Dr. Fetcher.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. The district has leased this property to the township since 1980. The lease is set to expire on September 27th, 2025, my father's birthday. And the administration and township are working to finalize an amendment that will extend the term of the lease. However, the amendment has not been finalized. So as a result, the administration requests the authorization of finalize and execute a 60-day amendment extension of the lease prior to the expiration date. The district and the township are currently negotiating other revisions to lease, but wish to extend the term while these negotiations continue. I support the 60-day extension as this property, as many of you know, hosts daycare, and childcare is of paramount importance to many of our community members. So I think it's warranted that while we are in these negotiations, that we continue to allow that to continue.
Okay. Questions or comments from the board?
I know this vote is only to extend, but I just wanted to second what you said about Ardsley providing before and after care and how important it is to the community. And I really do appreciate the time that my children spent there as well. So thank you.
Anyone else?
Is the building used for any other purposes? I know it used to be before in some of those, like the township used it for other things, like you used to be able to get pool passes there. Now you can't, and some other things.
It's still used as a community center. There are meetings, especially the Ardsley community meetings take place there. A few other community meetings as well. So the space, the township, part of the lease, just to explain, is that the township maintains the building, and the district leases that to the township at no cost because they are maintaining the facility. So they can use it for all different activities. There have been I attended a meeting there with the Ardsley Community Group last, I think it was last school year.
It was last spring.
Yeah, last spring. So that's how the property is used by the township. But ultimately, it's their decision to use it how they see fit.
If I may, Dr. Fetcher, I was going to add that this again demonstrates the unique intertwine of relationships within our community, Abington Township, the school district, properties such as this, because there is also additional activities that are available for use of residents that I'm sure many people have partaken in, through the years. I know my family has yoga and karate and all kinds of great things. It's used as a space similar to how the rest of our buildings are for Girl Scouts to meet. And that's why, this is a pretty robust use of facilities, and yet just one more example of that. So I, of course, will be voting yes for this and appreciate the consideration to do so.
So I have two questions. One is, are we fairly confident that we can resolve matters in the 60-day period?
I don't want to comment on the legal matters of a negotiation.
Okay.
At this time.
Okay.
We are committed to trying to make this work, and I, along with the township manager, have made a commitment to try to do what we can to get this done within that time period.
Okay. And how old, can you just refresh our memory about how old that building is?
Mr. Lionetti, it was before you came here, the building?
Agreed.
Agreed. No idea what they.
No?
I can get you that
Not old?
information.
Okay.
It's in my office, I know, but I don't have the.
I'm
the thing.
guessing 30s, but I was just curious. All right. If there are no other questions, we'll move on to the vote.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Ms. Fraser?
Aye.
Ms. Fazy?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. That takes us to agenda item 16. Ms. Eisenhart, can you please read the recommendation for nursing services on an as-needed basis?
That the boards of school directors authorize the administration to contract with Bayetta Home Health Care Incorporated for the period of July 8th, 2025 through July 30th, 2026 to provide nursing services on an as-needed basis when district nursing staff are unavailable.
Second.
We have a second, Dr. Fetcher.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. We are asking you to authorize the administration to enter into agreement with Bayada Home Healthcare, Inc. To provide nursing services on an as-needed basis when district nursing staff are unavailable.
Questions or comments from the board?
Yeah, does Abington require a nurse to travel to every field trip with the kids, or is it just as needed based on the student population that's attending?
Dr. Rosenthal?
It's based on the needs of the students that are going, yes.
Okay.
And their medical conditions.
So some of the support that this would provide is if we do have a shortage of nurses and there's students who have chronic medical conditions who require a nurse, that this would allow us the opportunity to make sure that we filled in those gaps and that we continued our service for our students.
Have we worked with them before, or is this completely new?
This is new.
It's new, right?
Okay. Thank you.
Is it strictly nurses, or are therapists included, physical and occupational?
No, it's just registered nurses.
Thank you.
Just
Thank you
for on how important it is for nurses to be available for our students, whether that be on field trips or in their schools daily. For a lot of kids, the presence of a nurse in a school or on a field trip can be the difference between them being able to participate versus not. So extremely important.
I just wanted to say thank you for thinking outside of the box. I know there are districts, not here, but there are districts that struggle to keep a part-time nurse in a building. So to think outside of the box to make sure that our students get what they need is something that I'm very thankful for.
Yeah, agree. Okay. Other questions, comments? Okay, we'll move to the vote. Mr. Lionetti?
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mrs. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Eisenhart?
Aye.
Mr. Mohammed?
Aye.
Ms. Spalding?
Aye.
Ms. Hartman?
Aye.
Ms. Fraser?
Aye.
Ms. Fazy?
Aye.
Dr. Mowry?
Aye, the ayes have it, and the motion passes. Dr. Fetcher, are there additional reports and recommendations by the administration and superintendent?
Yes, Dr. Mowry, I provide for you the conference attendance and professional leaves, as well as the capital improvement projects report for your information.
Okay. Okay. Any other business that may be brought to the attention of the Board of School Directors? Okay. That moves us to our second section of comments from citizens. Comments from citizens are being conducted both in person and by phone. The phone number to participate in public comments is 267-715-3717 and is being displayed on the screen at this time. You'll be able to join the meeting by calling in on your mobile or landline phone. A citizen will be recognized once during this period of the meeting, and each citizen's comments will be limited to 3 minutes, except at the discretion of the president. Time may not be yielded or otherwise transferred by one speaker to another for purposes of extending a given speaker's time allotment. If there's anyone present who'd like to make a comment, please use the microphone either to your left or to your right. No? Okay, we'll give callers another, how long, Mr. Cargus? 30 seconds, okay.
While they're giving time, 1931 is the answer, so you were correct in the 30s.
Okay, all right, thank you, I appreciate that. I'll be trying out for Jeopardy next. Okay. Okay. If there are no callers on the line and no one in the room who would like to make a comment, we will move to closing comments of the school directors. Mr. Allen.
I'll keep it short, Mr. Lionetti. I'm definitely going to miss having you sit there, especially during the budget season, telling the numbers so calmly and succinctly and directly. There's a trust that I have built, that you have built, we have built, that it's, especially when it comes to the finances, and for me, it's very difficult to trust someone, and I trust you wholeheartedly, and that is a testament that how hard of a job that you have and that you do, but also your character and just everything about you just screams uber professionalism. There's never a moment that you like, even just jokingly, will lower the guard of professionalism, and that you know, job well done.
Good night.
I agree. As educators, we say there's no dumb question, but even if you thought that someone was asking a dumb question, you have a way of answering them and making them feel as though that their question is, I'll say my question, I won't say that my question is worthy of hearing and worthy of answering. And that is what a sense of that's how a sense of belonging is created, that the voices that we hear are of value, and you continue to do that from the 5-6 years that I've been here on this board. So thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Brown.
Mr. Lionetti, similar themed here, but you have taught me something about when you think you know something, and the real gift in having knowledge is sharing it. you find a way to share that knowledge with other people in spaces and in incidents that sometimes I just don't know how you do it. You just provide such a level of patience, and it is such a gesture of kindness that equates to positive outcomes, not just for the person you're interacting with, but our community at large. And it's something that I hope to emulate in my life. So in the little time that we've worked together, you have made such a great impact on me and how I wish to represent myself if I'm in those kind of spaces, if I ever can, or I get the opportunity. So thank you for sharing with me and for showing me what true collaboration looks like. And I wish you just a wonderful, wonderful, well-deserved, peaceful, joyful future as you embark on this next chapter with your family.
Thank you, Ms. Eisenhart.
You're welcome.
Right. We could not have asked for a better financial officer and board secretary for an educational institution. Though you've never taught a class in Abington School District, you are an educator and a teacher in this school district, and you've taught iterations of this board and iterations of Abington administration so much, and those early meetings, it's all just brand new. And I think everyone on this board can say that, right? It's all brand new, right? We're not having those conversations until we get elected into these positions, and you welcome us in and you share a whole lot of information, and then you take so much time to break it down, not just for us, but for the entire community. And I've seen you do it for these past 4 years, and I thank you for it. And I thank you for your service, and congratulations. I'm so happy for you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mohammed.
I don't have much more to say other what's already been said. Other than that, I'm going to miss you, and I too felt that you were very patient and you really explained things to us, but not in a condescending manner. I mean, you really were there to help us, and for that, I will miss you. Good luck in your retirement. But you see where I wound up in my retirement.
One to follow. Thank you, Ms. Spalding.
I want to second everything everyone has already said, and I think a lot of your qualities, or your wonderful qualities, have been covered. But I do want to thank you for everything that you've done for me and for the board, and just really giving everything you have to be a true leader in our space. And I'm really going to miss you. I am, and I wish you and your family all the best. I hope that you have lots of adventures if you want to, and if you want to go to Vermont and enjoy silence, I would understand that too from deep inside my soul. But I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done for us, and for your grace. And I don't know how you stay so calm all the time. I don't know if you're like that behind closed doors when we're not around, but the calm that you exude is just incredible. And I aspire to find that calm in my leadership. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hartman.
Ms. Fraser?
I guess at this point, I'll just say thank you for your warmth with love. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fraser.
So I'll just say that when you become a board member, one of the first things that you come into is budget season, and it is overwhelming, and it is lots and lots of numbers. It's bigger numbers than I've ever seen in my life. Those are the biggest numbers I've ever dealt with, and it's very overwhelming. And you not only help us understand the numbers and what they mean, but you help us understand the history behind the numbers and the implication for them, and what they mean for our students and what they mean for our community. And you help us to make educated decisions with those numbers. And it means so much. And the way that you do it you have a presence. You have a calm, warm, peaceful presence with it all. And so I appreciate that, and I thank you for that, and you'll be greatly missed.
Thank you, Ms. Fazy.
Ms. Lee?
I just want to say that everything I've heard tonight has been really inspiring. Just like the person that I've seen, like you guys talk about, and the impact that you have. So I just want to say thank you for the work that you've done here.
Dr. Fetcher?
Well, I think I've stated some things, but that calmness is good when you balance out someone who's not so calm and who may be a little more hyper. So I will miss that, and I appreciate, just on behalf of the district, we truly believe that our students are first, and when it comes to hard financial decisions, you have always followed that and made sure that we're here for a reason. We're not here to make products. We're here to teach children. And it's difficult sometimes for us all to remember that in the business side of running a district. But I can say in my almost 20 years of working with you that I have seen you make sure that that's at the heart of our mission. So I appreciate that.
Thank you, Dr. Fetcher.
Mr. O'Donohue, I'm going to offer you a rare chance.
He hadn't. I have worked with Chris for as long as I've been a lawyer. He taught me a lot of what I know about school finance, pretty much everything I know about school finance. I'm going to miss him dearly. He's been a rock, a person you can talk to, and our personal conversations, our professional conversations. I'm going to miss it, but I wish you the absolute longest, healthiest retirement money can buy. I'm going to miss you, Chris.
So I would just like to say that I personally know I have asked a lot of dumb questions since I came on the board. But you helped me ask better questions and clearer questions, and that's worth everything. I don't know that I can add much about the descriptions of your impeccable character. I would say I think Mr. Allen and Mrs. Brown and I are now the longest serving members of this board. And together we worked with you and Dr. Fesher and other members of the staff to get the district through COVID. And, sort of assess the finances of that on the district. Your help in thinking through the referendum and the project that now lies before us was indispensable. I can remember multiple occasions when I would call Jeff and he would call you for a specific set of numbers, and we had them in 24 hours. So not only are you wise and patient and an incredible CFO, but you're also amazingly adept at producing the information we need in very short order. And during the difficult moments that we have faced while I've been on this board, you have been a steady hand. So I can't wish you enough good things in your retirement. I'm really grateful that Ms. Denicola has agreed to step in and help us steer the ship, but you're going to be missed.
Well, thank you, Dr. Mowry, and I'm glad you mentioned Ms. DiNicola. I find working with her the last 2 weeks, you'll be in very good hands, and she's on the move already, and you'll see her impact.
Yep, I'm excited about it. I am very excited about it. Okay, I think with that, we can adjourn the meeting. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.